Hey, my name's James Nicholson, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to buy property at a property auction in the UK. Now, this is going to be in a live auction. I've got two lots that I'm potentially going to bid on here. So if you stick around to the end of this video, you will see whether I buy one of those properties or both of those properties. So you're going to want to see that. Now, it's quite a slow process at the moment. So while we're waiting for that to come in, I'm going to teach you exactly what I've been doing over the last few days to make sure that I did as much due diligence as I can on these properties. So while you're here, join me on my property journey. Learn how I took £3,000 and turned it into £1 million worth of properties without doing all these ridiculous no money down deals and stuff like that. Just real property like investment, out and out development, and all this kind of stuff that you want to learn. So while you're here, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Any questions that you've got, do comment below. I'll make a video actually to answer all your questions. I'd love to really get to know what you guys want to know. And also, can you do me one last favor? Please smash that like button. Do it now. Smash the like button, because that really helps me. What it does is it helps me with YouTube get it out to more people. So let's look at today's auction. So what we're doing today is we're looking at a company called Taylor James Auctions up in, I think they're up in Birmingham, right? And so they've got a couple of properties in Doncaster that I'm looking at the moment. So we've got this one, which is 95 Staveley Street, Edlington, Doncaster, DN12 1BW. I can share that with you because by the time you see this video, it will be sold or not, as the case may be. And so what we're looking at here is this one is 2-bed, no, 3-bed. It's a 3-bedroom house, mid-terrace. It's already got a tenant in there. So it's already got a tenant in there at £5,200 per year. So let's just quickly do some maths on that. I'm terrible at maths, guys. Need a calculator. £430 a month in rent, right? So there's £430 in rent there, which is pretty good for the Doncaster area. But they're saying you can put it up to 6,000. So they're saying that realistically you should be getting around 6, which is 500 a month, which sounds about right with my comparisons that I've looked at in Doncaster. And so 500 sounds good to me, right? And so this property has a guide price of £10,000, and what that means is that the property must sell 10% above or below that. So we know that the reserve price is going to be no more than £11,000. Now, often the guide price is just low just to get more people interested and bidding on this, right? So we're on Wednesday the 9th of March 2022. It's 11 o'clock. This auction started at around 8, or not around 8, it started at 8 o'clock, right? So if I click bid now, I can see that this one currently is at £13,000. Currently at £13,000. Now let's have a look down here a little bit more at this. Do we have any more pictures on this? No, right? So we don't have much to go from here, guys. Now you also couldn't view this property. The reason for that was because there is a tenant already in the property and they don't want hundreds of landlords coming around and disturbing them. So you're buying a property without seeing. But I've got a little trick for you, so stick around. I'm going to show you how I can find more pictures of this property and show you what it looks like inside. So you want to watch that in a second, right? So we can see where it is. What other information have we got? It's saying it needs some updating. It's got a rear back garden. These are typical terrace houses up north, and they have like a little concrete back garden that normally has a little out shed, like a concrete out or brick built out shed that probably was a toilet back in the day that people used for storage and stuff like that. Fees. The auctioneer's fees are £1,000 on that. So on completion of this, if you were to bid and to win, you need to pay 10% straight away today. At the moment, that would be £1,300. It's probably going to go for a lot more than that. So we've got 1 hour, 11 minutes on this auction. So we'll keep going and we'll keep watching this one till the end. But we've got 1 hour, 11 minutes. So let's do some more research on this and find this property and find more details. So the auctioneer hasn't really given us much here, right? We're going to go into legal packs and stuff in a sec, so we'll have a look in that. But I want to really know, first and foremost, what does this place look like? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go to Google, put in the property address on Zoopla. Take a postcode, I might need that again. So Zoopla is a really good site, and it will give you some information here. So what number we're looking at? 95, right? So we're going to look here. So these are all the properties in Staveley Street and the prices that they've sold for and the estimated prices, right? So we can see not much selling recently. This one sold for a 3-bed house. So let's just give that a look for a comparison here. We've got a 3-bed house, right? And so we can see here, let's have a look here. This one sold for, how much did it actually sell for? Sold 2021, last year, for 65,000. So let's have a look at this here and see what it looks like. Cool. It's not bad. Like a little bit too cluttered, but all in all, looks all right, doesn't it? I mean, you can't tell exactly without looking around it, but there's not loads that needs doing, but you could make that a little nicer, possibly. And that one was going for 420. They had a current rent of 420 in there. Cool. So that one is a comparable there. So let's have a look at, or let's get to 95, which is our one that we're looking at here today. Nearly there. Let's find number 95. Next page has got to be, right? So 90, here we go, 90s, 95. Now this is where we can get some good information. So let's see. This one is currently at 13,000. It's definitely going to go for more than that. But let's just see, 95, right? So they estimate, Zoopla, that it's worth 46. They reckon it's gone up 17%. So northern properties don't go up so much, but they do cash flow very well. The yield on the rent is very, very high, right? So let's have a look. Now, somebody was trying to sell this. This is very interesting stuff. If you're going to bid on an auction, very interesting and useful to know, have they tried to sell the house recently? Because maybe they put it on the market and it didn't sell for some reason, right? So here we go. October. That's 6 months ago. It was on the market for just £40,000. Very interesting. Now, let's have a look here. Now, we can see the house next door is boarded up. Not great. Possibly we could buy that. Would be good. And do both up here. But look. Now we've got some pictures inside. This is really, really clever, right? And so now we've actually got some pictures inside the property, which we didn't have. And it's all right. It looks all right to me. The kitchen definitely needs some work here, but you could get a decorator out to fix that. I mean, the tiles are there. The cabinets are there. It's a bit grubby. That's not a big job, though. It's not a big job that needs to be done here, right? And so that decorating, maybe that's done. Maybe the tenant was halfway through when these pictures were done. Or actually, no, it's not. I thought it was just a weird pattern wallpaper. Definitely it's been taken off. Bathroom looks solid. Probably needs a clean. But all this stuff is like not stuff to really worry about, right? Garden doesn't look great, but you can get that sorted for a couple of grand, a grand maybe as well. So here's the thing. This was trying to be sold by the modern method of auction, right? Which is what some estate agents do to get higher fees. And what they're looking at here is they're looking to put a fee that will probably be around 6 grand. So if you bought this here, yeah, 6 grand. So the minimum fee for a modern auction is normally around £6,000. So if you bought that, you'd pay £40,000 to buy it, but you'd also pay £6,000. The seller doesn't pay the estate agent fees, right? You're going to pay the estate agent fees in this instance. So we know here, great, this is a really, really solid property. Like we can see inside, I don't have too many concerns about that for now. Right, now we need to look at some other stuff. So that's how you can get more images and really find some detailed stuff. I mean, that's really handy to know. You'd be crazy to bid above 40,000 when they were willing to accept that before. So if that makes sense. Yeah, give me a comment in the chat if that makes sense to you guys. So that's really, really useful, right, to know. Very useful information. Because if people start bidding 50 grand, you know, cool, it wasn't quite worth 50 grand 6 months ago. What's changed? Nothing. They couldn't sell it at 40. It means people are just getting a bit excited in the auction as well. Right, let's have another quick thing here that I want to look at as well. And so if you take the postcode, I'm going to open up another tab here. Get rid of that one, get rid of that one. Okay, so at the bottom of a listing, right, so this is that listing with those pictures. Right, at the bottom, there's this green part here. You can see how much a home is worth. Put the postcode in. Look up the postcode. You can put in... Well, you could put in next door, right? This is what I want to do here. Is to see how much are these other ones worth. Okay, so next door is worth potentially 62,000, right? And these are estimates, but I'm trying to see if they had a listing of that. It's not on the market at the moment, so let's have a look for another one. Okay, so let's have a look. So we're 95. Let's just go 97. 63,000. Has this been on? No. Okay, let's go different number here. Let's go 89. Sold. Okay, so we can see it sold it for that price. Actually, here's an easier thing to do. Here's sold properties nearby on Staveley Street, right? So let's look for some recent ones. So this one sold for in August last year for 50 grand. So let's see, what was that like? How good condition was it? Because if it was in really good condition, then ours isn't worth 50. And it is. That's in decent condition there, isn't it? Really nice. That's a good rental, that one. That's a good little renter. So that one's an indication to us that it probably definitely isn't worth much more than 40, because you've got to do it up. You've got to fix it up as well, potentially. Obviously, you've got a tenant in there. They might be happy with it, but probably not. They're going to want to tell you about stuff that needs sorting. So let's have a look here. Okay, let's look at this one. So this sold in April last year. This one needs some work. Cool, so that's probably a similar... Oh, the kitchen's better than our one. But it needs some work, right? And definitely new carpets and a few bits to sort out there. So it's interesting, right? So we can see here, this one sold for 50. So we've got to be aware of that, right? We've just got to be aware. So what I want you to do is, if you're bidding way before... So I've done all of this like last week, right? So that was really, really important. So 95 Staveley Street. We are... Oh, look, someone's bid now, so we're up to £14,000. Let's see where that gets to by the end of this video. So let's look at the next one. So this one is the one that I'm more interested in. I'm more interested in this. This doesn't have a tenant currently. So let's find out some information on this one. Same again. We've got one picture and the plans on the street where it is. However, you've got to dig around here, and let's have a look here. Virtual tour. Let's click on this.
The reason why 99% of match bettors don't make more than like £1,000 a month,
okay, mate,
is because they don't read between the lines.
Get rid of past
they
this
just do...
advert. Okay, so let's just quickly watch this video tour on this property and see what we think. And in the comments, you tell me, what do you think? Have you noticed anything here? So we want to be looking out for things like, are there cracks? Is there mold in there? And you can see this stuff from videos. It's better to go and view this. I've viewed this property myself, but you also can see this stuff from the video if you couldn't get there. This is better than nothing. Going there's nothing better than that though, right? But look, there's no real cracks in the wall here, which is pretty good. That little flat roof here, that might get some problems in the future, but that's not a big job, is it? It's not a very big area there. Definitely be nice to paint the windows. You probably take those windows out at some point anyway. Right, let's have a look. Cool, so if you have a look in here, no mould in there. Looks like it's flooring in there. Carpet's been taken up. That's fine. We'll get a new carpet in there. Kitchen, yeah, that's coming out. Probably need plaster on that fireplace as well. Yeah, it just needs a new, like a totally new refurb in that kitchen. That's about £2,000, maybe a little bit more. We're not talking about getting the best units in a way. £3,000 tops. Stairs, new carpet, 100% on here. These are these typical one step down to one room to the other that you get in Doncaster. Okay, so we need a new bathroom. That's £2,000. So we're looking at potentially £5,000 for kitchen and bathroom. That's very doable, guys, if you don't get the best of the best. Obviously, we need a liquor paint here, so we need to redecorate that. That's 1,500 quid to redecorate a 2-bedroom house. This is a 2-bedroom house, this one. So, yeah, you should be able to get it decorated for 1,500 quid. And then, yeah, new carpets, 1,500 quid as well. So we're looking at 8 grand, but we also want 2 grand for extras, because things happen, right? You're going to have things like maybe the boiler has an issue or something like that, all right? So let's just say, conservatively, 10 grand. Worst case scenario, 15 grand to get this property back shipshape in a lettable condition. There's not really many issues that you can see there. Now, obviously, you've got to do your due diligence. You need to view these properties, but that was useful that they had that there. Let's have a look at this one, see how it's going so far. 35 grand we've got here. Let's see the history. We've got a number of bids in here. And so these first ones, I think, were probably the auction house bidding up. It's actually legal, believe it or not, for an auction company to bid against, to put fake bids in. They do it in live rooms and they do it online just to get some activity going, because no one in the world, if your bidder won and you've bid 15 grand, why are you going to bid 25 grand when you're already winning? You're going to need the next person. This is a real bid. Well, that can't be real. There's no way that that's real. Why would you bid 10 grand more when you were already winning the auction? Very strange, but it's one thing that is legal to do, right? So we've got 1 hour 5 minutes left on this. 1 hour 5 minutes. So this is going to end at 12:22 potentially. Okay, right. So this property here, again, we've only got those 2 pictures. So what we do is we take the address, we put this in here. I just write the word Zoopla. Sometimes it comes direct to the page. If it doesn't, I'm just going to take the postcode. Going to go on here. This is 87 Burton Avenue. Right, we can scroll down here and find 87. Let's find that. Next page, hopefully. Here we go. One more page and we're there. If you're finding this useful so far, this will be a longer video today. Do give me a like. I want to give you more details than anyone else does, because so many people, they just say this is how you buy from auction. They sit in a chair, talking head, tell you what's going on. I think this is really practical and hopefully very useful for you guys to actually get this stuff figured out and see a real auction happening and see what we're doing here. So 87 Burton Avenue in Doncaster. Right, let's see here. Now, last time it was sold was for £48,000. Now, we are currently at £35,000, which is good, right? Now, we know that... Which one are we on? Sorry. Let's get rid of these. Cool. So, we know that this was sold for £48,000. Before that was £19.99 for £20,000, right? Now, someone tried to sell it. Remember, last time we got this as well. So, before they put it in the auction, they've tried to sell it through an estate agent, but it hasn't sold, guys, has it? And so we can see here the archived listing. This is why I love Zoopla. And so we on this auction house have got one image. Now we've got the video, which was useful, but look, let's have a look. They've got all the pictures when they tried to sell it, and this is that house. This is exactly the one we saw in the video. They cleared it out. That's useful because if I just saw this Zoopla, I would have been thinking, Jesus, I'm gonna have to get a whole skip just to get rid of all the crap in there, but it's gone, which is good. It's an empty, vacant property, which is exactly what I want. The video as well didn't show the back garden, right? Which is just very typical back garden, like little patio, and then there's alleyways down the back, which is where the bins go and stuff like that, right? So decent. This is decent, this one, guys. So let's see, how are they trying to sell it? Just normal, not an auction. It wasn't the modern method of auction or anything like that. It was with a company called Strike. So how did I get to understanding more about this? Well, here's what I did. Firstly, I called Strike last week and I asked them, why didn't it sell? Did you get any offers on it? All of that kind of stuff. So I wanted to know really what was going on there. They just said it just wasn't getting viewings, wasn't getting offers, and so the person needed the cash, so they pulled it out and they want to use an auction, right? And so it wasn't on for long because it was in November. Then it was probably, the problem for them was it was probably coming up to Christmas. Everyone's focused on other stuff, not buying developments or buy-to-let properties or houses for themselves, right? So that's decent to know that. Now, they wanted 65 then, so we wouldn't pay in this auction today any more than 65. No way, right? Because they were going to take 65. So let's have a look down the bottom here. Let's see what else is selling around that. So let's just look up the house. We go to 87, and then we'll scroll down here and let's see the properties sold nearby, right? So Burton Street next door has sold for £77,000. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. Sold 77,500. Brilliant. How did it sell? Well, it took a while to sell because it was listed in April, didn't sell to October, so it's a bit of a slower market. Even though they're telling you it's a fast market around at the moment, it took a while to sell. So it was listed for 85, but they took an offer of 77. Now someone's selling it already. Why are they selling it? I don't know. They were selling it for less as well. Now, sorry, this is the next door one. Sorry, I'm confusing myself, right? So this is next door. This is all. So look, that's our house here. This one here is ours, right? This one sold for 77,000. Now, if we have a look, there's not much difference in it. It's a little bit more presentable at the front because it's got the white windows. These can be painted very cheaply. You could do it yourself for literally the cost of the paint if you wanted to, right? You don't have to spend a fortune. Decent kitchen. I like that kitchen. Nice big space. Clean. That's all right, right? They've clearly put a few quid onto that. That's a decent kitchen there. Bathroom, living room. Floor looks all right. Looks like it's been decorated. I probably wouldn't have gone for this dark colour, but who cares, right? It's fine. Like, this is an out toilet. Probably no one uses that because it's freezing in there, it looks like. So that'll be in there somewhere. A lot of these houses that up north have those. So these are what the outside areas are normally like. Our garden's probably very similar to this. These have got more pictures, so it's useful for us. Look at this. Carpet isn't good. They haven't changed the carpet, but they still got 77. So we know if we have a better carpet, we decorate it more, and the market's gone up, we could probably get 80,000 for ours if it was done up. This bathroom isn't new either. Look at the old floor. They've just sold it with the original bathroom in there, which is really useful. Same here, no carpet. It needs a new carpet, hasn't really been decorated, so they haven't done lots to this, right? Which is brilliant for us. Really, really good positive news there. So we can see like other ones along the street. So let's see, any 2021s. Okay, this one was cheaper, but it's only 2-bed. Oh, we're 2-bed. Where's the details on that? No details. So it wasn't listed on Zoopla. right? So we haven't got, sometimes we can't get the details, right? So that's what we want to do, right? We want to go through and do that. Next was legals, right? So legals, there's loads of these legal packs that you got to read and download and stuff like that. I spent a day doing this on both these properties, one whole day. And it's going to tell me things like, sometimes they have really like important information that you need to know. Now this one here, this house, you've got to complete in 10 days, which is really short for an auction, right? 10 days. Very short. I don't know why. Also, they have some extra fees in there. They can put extra fees in there. They want 6 grand extra, right? 6 grand extra, which is crazy, right? So you've got to know that stuff, because you got to know that, okay, whatever I bid, I'm going to get a fee of 6 grand on top of that, right? Very, very important to know that. They can put anything they want in there. You also got to know things like, is there mines and mine shafts in the way? Is it the risks of flooding? So one of these documents has a risk of flooding. One of them has something that is called the chancel check. Chancel, right? And so I got that, and so it says that in that area, if the church requests money for repairs, it can do it off houses. It's an old ancient law. Now, very unlikely that will happen, and it gets challenged if it does, but it's still a risk. So the mortgage company will look at that and say, okay, I'm not so comfortable with that. So you know that if it's got that, you can get insurance, which isn't lots. It's like 50 quid, the insurance, for 25 years. 50 quid for 25 years. So you just get insurance that if there's ever a claim from the church, that your insurance will pay for it, right? And then the mortgage company is happy. But if you don't know that, then you might have problems, because with an auction, you need to either buy with cash, or you need to buy with a bridging loan and then put it onto a mortgage later. And you might not get it back onto a mortgage if there's lots of problems, right? Now, I paid this company some money, and what they do is they can basically, they're connected with the auction houses, and so what they can do is they can see that this is the one I'm doing. I'm in this one, Taylor James Auctions, right? And it's got all the lots in here, all of these lots in here that people are bidding on today. And then you can view the lot, and it will tell you information like local comparables and if they've got anything like that. Now, if you pay them £100 plus VAT, so 120, these guys will, they're like a solicitor firm. They will go through the legal pack for you. I've paid for that for both of these properties. So let's have a look here. So Burton, this is the one that we're more interested in. It will tell me all sorts of things in here, right? So it will highlight risks and stuff like that. It's got important risks, and then I can deal with those, which I've dealt with some of these with solicitors prior to bidding, rather than going in blind. Now, this is one thing that it said, the seller isn't registered on the land registry. They actually are. It's just not in the legal pack, but I bought from the land registry for £3, the title deeds, so I can see that they are, the person is registered, and stuff like that. It covers all the fees that are in here. So look, if I want to buy this house, there are fees. So I've got to pay £6,000 here, right? And searches, £6,600. So I've got to factor that into my bid, right? I don't want to go crazy here and start bidding 70 grand when other houses on that street have sold for 70, but I've got to pay 6 grand in fees on top, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So that's it, really. That's all I've got to show you on the due diligence. There's lots more stuff. Though, while you're here, make sure you do subscribe to this channel. I'm going to show you my property journey. Currently, this house, or one of these, or two of these houses, let's see. We'll see by the end of the video. I'm buying with my daughter. So my daughter's called Georgia, and so I'm getting her a property portfolio now. So I took £3,000 to $1 million. That's my property portfolio for my investments, not... I'm not talking about the house that I live in. That's separate, right? So my property portfolio I took from 3 grand to $1 million, and that's what I'm going to do for her, right? So that's what we're working on now, is building out her property portfolio. Then I've got another baby called Amelie, which I'm going to be doing this as well. So if you join me on this channel, you can see the journey on how we do this. So subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Like this video. Comment below with let me know what you thought so far. Surely this has given you more value than any other property auction video you've ever seen to date. So even if it's just a thanks or any questions, comment below, guys. Please, because that helps me with YouTube, right? More comments means more views on YouTube and I can help more people, right? That's it. I'm going to pause the video now and we will come back. Let's have a quick look where we are on this. I know you might want to see like what's going on. So let's refresh the page on this one. So this is the one we're more interested in. This is at 35,000. It's got various bidders on here. Remember these first two, I don't think they're real. So I think this is where the real bidding started here. So we're up to 35 grand here. This one, 95, is got 59 minutes left. Exciting. This one's gone up a lot, £33,000 now. So a lot more interest in this one. Let's see the bids. So bidder one, I just think I just don't trust this bidder one. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this one started all right, so it's got some bids in there. So we'll come back to this shortly, and we'll see how it's getting on. And do I buy one of these properties or do I buy both of them? See you in a minute. Okay, let's have a look. See how this auction is coming on. It's been extended a few times when bids are coming in. So we have two properties that we're looking at. We have this one. Let's do a refresh. 95 Staveley Street in Doncaster. Now, we're at £41,000. Can't remember where it was at where we last looked with you guys. But we're at £41,000. A few bids coming in there. Not much activity for a while. I think people are waiting now just to see what happens until it gets down to the last final few minutes. So 30 minutes left on here. And on this one, which is the one that we prefer out of the two, it's going for slightly less, which is good, but doesn't mean much until the final countdown, right? So this one, 87 Burton Avenue. This is the one without the tenant. Legals and stuff are a lot clearer on this one. I just think it's a more solid investment. Now this one we're at £40,000. We've got 32 minutes, so slightly longer, and bidding has been going up slowly in £1,000 increments for a while. So we'll see. We've got 15 bids on that one. We've got 15 bids on this one. And so I was just having a look at some of these as well. This one here, let's just look at what happened at the end of this one. This is one that I was just watching. I wasn't going to buy this, but I just wanted to see what was going to happen at the end and see with this auction house, like how quick bids were coming in and stuff like that. So we've got 4 minutes left on this one. 49 people supposedly watching, but that doesn't mean that they're sitting in front of their computer ready to bid, because they might have like just the tab open. So it looks like someone just bid there because we got a little bit of extra time. So yeah, we're at £65,000 now. They've got 59 bids. So when did the bidding get a bit more exciting? Let's have a look here. So, well, now pretty much. So people are starting to bid now, really. There was a little bit of a flurry of activity just before the hour. But it's starting to get a bit more bids on there. So that one might get some more bids on that one. This isn't one that we're going to bid on, but let's have a look at it. I think this one looks quite good. I just didn't look at this, haven't looked at Legal Pack, but it looks all right. It looks all right to me. Obviously, there's work needing to be done, but nothing major. Decorating, carpets and stuff like that, that's all good. Easy stuff. Roof looks decent. Obviously, you can't tell. There's a video tour of this one. Shall we have a look at that? And we can see if we got any more bids on it after. So we'll look at
I would like you to become wealthy through property, just like I have. Here. How do you do that then? Well...
Okay, so look at the tour. Looks like an alright street. Parking, nice cars. Typical suburban street, really, isn't it? Fine by me, that sort of property. That's what we want. These are good rental properties. It looks like it's bit dated. That's good too. Like, easy to fix this sort of stuff here. Might take that wall out actually when you walk in here on the left if it was me, to make that a bit more open plan, if it didn't cost too much to do that. So nice big living room. I don't know what they have, all these little things in the corners. There's loads of stuff, just wasted space. I'd probably smash a lot of that out. So this is a living room, dining room on this property here. So you probably, yeah, you need to change the carpets, you need to decorate it. You do well to a little bit potential damp in that little spot there, but probably not too major. Very, very dated. See the damp there. Is that damp? I'm not sure. Little nook there, understairs. Decent sized kitchen for these sort of properties. That's pretty big. Nice. So I think you'd probably rip that kitchen out, get a new one, to be honest. It's a bit dated, isn't it? So then you go through to the, definitely needs a bit of work in there, doesn't it? Go through to the back here. Bathroom is so that's the door to the garden. Then you have a little bit more storage there in the bathroom. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, you want to change that. Get a new bathroom in there. Nothing too special, but windows look alright. Everything else looks alright. A little bit of damp on there, but that's the bathroom, so that can happen. You can fix that stuff easy enough. Potentially there was a bit of damp on the wall there. Here's the garden. Standard terrace house garden. Just needs a clean up, doesn't it? Nothing major there. You could do that yourself. One or two people could do that in a couple of days. Lovely carpet, so we'd probably change that carpet, I'm sure. Let's have a look here. So you go into this little box room, which is over the kitchen, I think. Definitely new carpets in here. Decorate that. Nothing major though. There's nothing too scary in there. And then let's see, what's this? Another upstairs toilet. That's useful. That adds some value. Okay, up on here. So this is the second bedroom. This is just really typical of these terrace houses. Nice little bedroom here. Easy to fix that. Probably needs new electrics in this house. They look quite old there, so you probably need a full rewire. You've got to put that into your budget on this, but that's fine. Then let's see. Little cupboard above there. Oh, looks like there's a room to the left here. Oh no, cupboard. So that's a small little cupboard. Those sorts of things are handy though, right? Good storage and stuff like that, which people like, families like, if you're renting out to families. That's pretty good as well. So decent sized room there, easy fixes. Rip it up, get the you might need a little bit of plaster on there, decorate it. You'd have the upstairs done like in a week if you'd worked really hard on that. Nothing major there. Kitchen, bathroom. You could do this 10 grand, I reckon. You could do this for 10 grand. So that looks all right. Should we have a quick look on this one? I might not watch this to the end because it keeps extending and extending. We've got 2 minutes though. Let's just see. Let's just check my ones as well. So I haven't bid on my ones yet, just as well. So I haven't bid on them. And the reason for that is you can see, like, when you start bidding, then it just bids the price up. Everyone goes against each other. And yeah, you don't really want that to happen. So I haven't bid on these properties yet. We've got 28 minutes left on this one. This is the one with the sitting tenant that generates £430 a month roughly, and you can get it up to 500. And this one here is, let's see, is it definitely on 40 still? Yeah, so this one's at 40. This is the one I prefer out of the two, and hopefully we'll get one of these two sorted today. I really like this one. Hopefully, fingers crossed there's not too many people bidding, but we've got how many people watching? 32 watching that one. We've got 27 people watching that one. But what might happen is the people might come across from this one. So this one here, it's got 50 people watching it. So when this finishes, they might move their attention across to the next lot. So we might see some people increasing there. We'll see. All right, we'll see how that goes. So this one's got 2 minutes and 35. Is there anything I can show you for that time, just to see if we do finish that? Let's have a look. So it shows you roughly where that is. If you don't know where Grimsby is, it's obvious. It's across to the right from Sheffield, down slightly from Leeds. So yeah, it's probably from London 4 hours, 4.5 hours if you drove. But there's a lot of direct trains going up to nearby towns and stuff like that, so you can get across to like Sheffield and Doncaster pretty easy and make your way across. Let's see what additional info they've got. It's got an EPC of D. So EPC is the Energy Performance Certificate. Now that's a consideration because in 2025 we've got to have it as a C to be able to rent it out, which is what I would be looking to do. So you can improve that with insulation in the loft, new boilers. There's lots of things that you can do to do that. These were all the viewing dates, so if you were ever looking on an auction, they have normally open house viewings. They don't want to do just like one at a time, so they'll put a date. You can call them and let them know you're coming. Sometimes you don't need to even let them. Look, this one, you do not need an appointment to attend, so you can just rock up there. If you could have rocked up there on the 5th of March, and they've got a half an hour window that it's open. And so I've been to these sorts of things. You probably get 20-30 people looking around. Some people are going to bid, some people are not. So we're getting down to the last 2 minutes on this one. What's going to happen, guys? Is it going to sell for 65 or is it going to go up? What else can we look at? I know what we can do. We can have a look. This one wasn't on Zoopla or Rightmove actually. I had a look. So it was the information that I can see on here that it last sold in June 2021, right? So it sold for 69,000. So it's going for less at the moment than it originally sold for. Now they think that it's worth, these you've got to take with a massive pinch of salt, but Zoopla's estimating that it's worth 92,000. Let's see, and there is, what is the road? Fairbrother Road. What is it? 19. 13 sold for 79. Let's have a look at that one. Can we see it? Was it on Zoopla? No, it wasn't on Zoopla. If it's not listed on Zoopla, we can't see pictures. But there's others selling on the street for more, right? Which is a good sign. 40 seconds left, guys. Let's see. Is anyone going to bid last minute, or are they going to sell this one? Is it going to sell for 65? Oh, 66. Someone's bid. Now it's going to go on even longer. So 67. There's bids coming in. They're all coming in the last few seconds. Sighting. 68. Is it going to go up anymore? 69. Blimey. $70, I reckon. You reckon 70? Oh, there's another bid come in, I think. So we've got 40 seconds left. People can consider now. I reckon, what do you reckon, guys? I reckon, tell me in the chat. 70? Bet. Put a little comment in there, even before we know. I reckon this will go for £70,000. I reckon there's one more bid in there that someone's going to go for. So, let's see. 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Sight in, sight in, sight in. Are they going to get it? I'm excited for these people. I don't even know who's bidding on it. But it's kind of fun, right? So we got 10 seconds left. Is it going to go for 70? Come on. Give us another bid, guys. Give us another bid. Current bid. What's happened here? Checking the bidding status. Right, cool. They're just confirming the bids now. So that might take a little while. So I'm going to stop the video here. Let's just... there we go. Sold. Sold for £69,000. Who got it? Bid at 11, whoever they are. Bid at 11. There's 63 bids on that one. Right, now people might roll over to my auctions. Hopefully not. Hopefully they're done. It's lunchtime, guys. Go and get some lunch. Leave mine alone. So my one is at £41,000. Remember the last one? There was a lot of activity, little flurries of activity at the end. What's this here? This user's bid was automatically outbid. Okay, right. So someone's put like a higher bid in. So cool. These ones here are. This one is at 41. This is the one we want, guys. Hopefully, no one's bidding on this one. Give me a break. Right, we're at £40,000 on this one. We've got 27 minutes left. 27 minutes left. So we'll stop this video here and we will join this back in the last 3 or 4 minutes so you can see what's going on. See you in a minute. Oh, let's take you into the last few minutes of the auctions. I've been watching this one actually, which I saw, which I wish I had followed. It's in an area which I would have bought in, but I didn't quite see it as in my area. So this one's got a few seconds left. This is this whole huge house here, including this back bit here. It's a big refurbishment project, repossession, but lots of potential in that property there. And with the last few seconds, we've got it at £54,000, which is crazy, right? 55. What do we think this will go for, guys? Tell me in the comments. Put something in there. Let's just have a guess. Even if you're watching the replay or whatever, put it in the comments here. I reckon this will go for 58. What do you reckon? Comment below. I reckon 58,000 for this one. Let's just quickly check these two here. So this is the two that we're interested in. This one's at 41. This one is at 59. So let's go back to this one. The last few seconds on this one, guys. It's exciting, I tell you. Very stressful auctions. You've got to not buy with emotions though, and buy with like your figures. You've got to know roughly how much it costs for a refurbishment and what the end value will be on that property. That's very important that you do that, because I've seen some properties in this auction. This one's going for more than I thought. I've seen some properties in this auction here. Just quickly check the times on this. We've got 2 minutes there, 4 minutes there, so we're good. I've seen some properties going for more than you could have bought them previously from an estate agent, and you probably could have haggled and offered with that estate agent as well. So that means when the valuer comes round, when you want to put it on a mortgage to get your money back out, they're going to look at Zoopla. They're going to see what it was on the market for. And potentially, that could mean that you miss out on something there. So do obviously make sure you buy with formulas, guys, not with emotions. This one's got 40 seconds. Let's keep an eye on these two here. So cool. 40 seconds, 30 seconds. It's gone for more than I thought. So let's just see. Everyone's messaging me now, WhatsApp. My daughter, her boyfriend, everyone wants to know what's going on with the auction today. So here we go, 20 seconds. These timers can change though, so I wanted to make sure the two I'm actually interested in. Nothing changes with those. So what do we think, guys? What do you think this will go for? We've got 10 seconds. You'll get a couple more bids here, I reckon, this one, because this is a big potential. So now I'm going to revise my amount. I reckon, so I haven't done any research on this, I'm just guessing. For the fun of it, 68 grand. What do you reckon? Comment below. See, look, the timer goes up slightly every time there's a bid. Right, so let's have a look at these two while we're waiting on that, because that timer will probably continue. 3 minutes left here. And we got 59 grand here with 5 minutes. So where are we at on this one? This one's still getting some bids. I'm guessing 68 grand. So put in the chat a guess in the comments below the video. Put in a guess for me, guys. 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Is that it? Is there going to be one more bid? 66. See, then we've got another timer. Now we've got to be careful because these timers are going down as well. So let's see. Let's see here. I've got also a call with my academy members, so I want to make sure these guys can they're going to be able to jump on and see what we're doing here. So we've got 16 seconds. It's up to 66,000. This one has got 3 minutes left. Cool. Okay. So 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. This is going to be it, isn't it, guys? The end is here. No, £67,000. Still going through. We've got 30 seconds again. What is going to happen here? What is going to happen here? Is it going to sell, guys? This time round. 28 seconds. $18 seconds. I said 68. I reckon this might sell for 67 now. Speeding has slowed down on this one. Let's just quickly check my two. Here, we've got 3 minutes left on that one. We have 5 minutes left on this one. So let's see. Sold 67,000. Perfect. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to let my Academy members join us now, and we'll be back on in a sec to see the end. Cool. All right, guys. So this is the last 40 seconds, 50 seconds we've got. So this is one we were interested in. Now, this one, I don't think we'll bid on this. And the reason for that was it was on Zoopla for 40 grand. I might not have time because we're getting a bit stressful here with the time coming to an end. So that one, just checking. I'm flicking between tabs because I want to check I've got time. I'm interested in this one still. So this one here was actually on Zoopla for 40 grand in October. I don't really understand why people are bidding more than it was on there for. You can find deals. I think some people are just getting a bit carried away with their emotions on this. So for me, it's probably not a good deal now. So we've got 8 seconds left, £47,000. And yeah, it's probably going to go. No, it's extended. So when it extends, let's just check this one's extending because I want to bid on this. When it extends, it's because someone's put a bid. We can see the bid history here. So they're bidding in increments of 1,000. This auction house doesn't allow you to bid in 500s. I would like to bid in 500 if it was me, but I'm not interested in this one. But I would prefer to bid in a smaller amount, which you can in some places. Now this one here means that they bid like by on auto bid. So this bidder 6 has said, right, I'm willing to pay like 40 grand or whatever, and then it auto bids for them. What's going on here? So it's auto bidding for that person when it's got a question mark on there. So I think that's going way too much, that one. Let's see this one here. So I've got my Academy members here. They're being very patient. I'm meant to have a call with them now, and this was meant to have finished at like 11:30, and it's carried on. Dorothy, I'm just finishing an auction rather than delaying the call again. So I'm actually bidding. Well, I haven't bid at all yet. I'm looking at the 2 properties. This one's just sold for £49,000, which is too much, in my opinion, because it was only on Zoopla for £40,000. So the sale, the person selling got a good deal, right? They got some people caught up in the emotion there. So this one here's the final one. So we had 2 properties we were looking at. We've ruled out one. This one here, my maximum that I'll go to is around £65,000. So let's look at the history here. We've got 2 minutes left, so probably be 4 or 5 minutes before we complete. There's a few people bidding on this. So bidder 4, he seems quite keen, or she. He or she seems quite keen on that. So let's just see how that goes. So let's see. I haven't put a bid in yet, because if you put a bid in too early, they're just going to bid you up, right? And so it's a little bit like eBay on steroids, right? So I'm going to put a bid in now, just because I've never bid with these guys, and I just want to see how long it takes, just in case there's a lag. So let's bid. So we're going to bid £60,000. Should we do it, AJ? Should we do it? I'm scared. Let's do it. Whew. We're in. We're the highest bidder. We've got 1 minute left. I don't think we'll win that. I don't think we'll win at that. I think it's going to go up again Bidder 4, he wants it. Bidder number 4, he's coming back in now. You know he is. So we've got 50 seconds left, and we're the highest bidder right now. So let's take a picture of that. So this property is going to be with my daughter, those of you that are following along on this channel. And so if you got to this video and got to the end, then let me know in the chat, what do you think this will go on? So this is going to be on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments, like we've done on the other auctions so far, have a guess, even though we'll get the result in a minute and you can fast forward and cheat, but play along with me here. And remember, it helps me with the YouTube algorithm and gets me some engagement. Comment below, what do you think this is going to sell for? I think it's going to sell for 64. I think we've got 15 seconds left. Someone, bidder 4, is going to come back in with another bid, isn't he? Or not. We got 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second. Shit, we've just bought a house. I think. Congratulations. Oh dear, now I've got to go and get some money. I've got to pay for that. So, wow, we've just bought a house for £60,000. So amazing, 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 amazing. So do follow along on this YouTube channel. Do subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm going to show you my journey, how I took £3,000 and turned it into a £1 million property portfolio. And that's a real million. That doesn't include the house that I live in. I only count the assets that I actually own. So that's an asset that I've got there. So £1 million, I did that with £3,000. And this journey will be also showing you how this year we plan to add another £1 million in properties just this year. I'm doing this with myself, so my assets, but also my children. So I have 2 girls. I've got Amelie, who is 1 year old. So we're looking to buy her first property this year at 1. Right, we're going to show you how we do that with a limited company structure, make her a shareholder and structure all of that legally so she can inherit that property. In fact, I will take that on for her and she will take it over from me. And also my daughter Georgia as well, who's 21. So this is her house. This is Georgia's first house. Me and her have got this together. So do join us on this journey. Do smash the like button, guys. It's been an hour that we've been with you here today. So please, please, please do smash the like button. Comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm also going to show you the journey when we get the keys to this property, when we go and do the renovations in there as well. We're going to show you around and everything as well. So it's really, really exciting. That's it from me. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye for now. I was